Time I make you feel real good. Hold on. Ghetto. Lawyer moves, checking in with you. Make sure you smash them likes. Smash them likes. Every time I make you feel good. Let's see what's going on, y'all. What is going on? What's going on today? Baltimore lost to Pittsburgh. Sheesh. He said, "Whoa, that was a touchdown." Uh, y'all finding out some shit, ain't y'all? Okay. Trump just shocked the world. Let's see. Man. Sunday, happy Sunday, everybody. Lawyer Moves gonna get into it. Lawyer Moves just be creating samples. I told you I gotta make samples for the new channel. Diddy screws his own lawyer. Let me see, man. What he done did? Diddy screws his own lawyer.
Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it?
No.
Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Do that. I'ma make you feel real good. Ooh, thinking love into the
when tragedy strikes, strike back. Don't accept the unacceptable.
Okay, this is unacceptable. Man, this lawyer moves, man. What we got going on? Let's see. Come on. Let me get my things together. It say preach. I'm gonna preach something for y'all ass today. And because they always blackballing me, man. I always fall short, but I always come up with the numbers, brother. Hold on.
His interactions with his chief lawyer in the criminal case, and it's not pretty. And Diddy's team has reacted by threatening Netflix, threatening to sue Netflix. But Mark, why don't we just start out of the gate with this video of Diddy just launching on Mark Agnifilo.
Taking 8 nuclear bombs, you know what I'm saying, straight to the head. And I'm tired of going back and forth with y'all, with the lawyers. That's just not true. Okay, so, no. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. I'm not a referee. So I'm gonna get off the phone right now. Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
So Mark, they are pissed that it ended up in the hands of 50 Cent and ended up in this documentary.
Well, I mean, if you read the letter by Michael Tremonti.
She get crazy at it. She get crazy, man. Welcome, okay? The winter coming, man. Buckle up. Put your coats on, man. Put your bubble on, man. Put your goose on, man. Put your Eddie Bags on, man. Put whatever the fuck you gonna put on, man. Put it on. Put it on. Put your Dior, whatever the hell you got going on. Put it on. Cause it's about to be some shit. About to be some shit. I'll tell y'all it's about to be some shit. We see it. We see it. It's about to be some shit. I see it. Hold on, man. Hold on. They're giving me the call. Let me see. What they say? With 607. They're giving me the calls. Hold on. The higher powers. They're giving the call, bro. So okay. They pissed. I say, was it P. Diddy pissed because they put that video up there? If y'all mad, y'all pissed, y'all suing. This might hurt the shit out of what's his name? 50 Cent. This might kill you, 50 Cent. You about to get, you fucking with he in jail telling the lawyers to get your ass. That's what he doing. You might have to come up off some change. That's crazy, but you might have to come up off some change you don't even know. Use this. Let me see how much I can use it at. You. No, this I hate. No. 50 Cent might have to come up off some change. He playing with that man. That man already mad. You fouling the ball, 50 Cent. He said 50 Cent mad because this and that and this. Who had sex with who? Sheesh. Y'all got a lot of shit going on with y'all bullshit, man. Y'all got a lot of shit going on. Anybody can make a documentary about, oh, y'all, god dang. We got Donald Trump, we got 50 Cents, we got P. Diddy's, we got, man, shit. Fuck. I'm gonna start writing books and movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, after all this shit going on, we might as well just start writing books and movies, man, for the next generation. Damn. You know what I'm saying? You got the Ravens going off. You know what I mean? They lost the game. We didn't lose. According to Donald Trump, y'all lost. Don't y'all know that nigga on the NFL? He really ain't liking Maryland right now, so I mean, y'all gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? He really ain't liking Maryland right now, so what you think you gonna get on football? Y'all think y'all getting the real football, or y'all getting some bullshit? It don't look like America no more. It don't look like America no more. Football ain't football. Americans ain't Americans. Well, if football ain't football and Americans ain't Americans, man, this shit is getting real, real, real. So I told y'all, I said, man, look, at the end of the day, this is what America look for. You know what I'm saying? They look for ownership. Ownership. Ownership, bruh. You gotta own something, man. After a certain age, y'all gotta own something, man. Real shit. After a certain age, you gotta own something. This America. This is what they live by. Merch, owning shit. They want you to build up America. Even though y'all know Trump out there doing that and doing this and doing that. At the same time, he telling y'all to build up America. What is this right here? He telling y'all, man, do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can. I mean, Words Wonder. They got video games on here now. What the hell? World's Wonder. Guess their answer. Let's see. They got all kinds of shit on here now. Grassy Road, Flame Future. Y'all got some new things jumping off YouTube. All right. I've been blackballed. I don't know why I'm blackballed, but see YouTube, man. This is what y'all doing. Y'all want me to make a one-hit wonder. That's what I be doing. Y'all don't give me my credit. Y'all be taking it away. I'm still rocking with y'all though. I told you it's for sport. It's for sport. So I'm still rocking with y'all. But hold on. All right. YouTube. Okay, where we at? Yeah, motherfucking 50 Cent about to get his ass sued. That's no bullshit. Sue the shit out that man for that. Cause he used some personal shit up in there. That's crazy. That's some personal line. They're like, how you even get that? How you even got that? I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know. How you even get that? How you even get that video? That's real. Let me see more of this. Hold on. Let me look a little bit more.
To Netflix. He lays it out. I think he called it a hit job, and clearly, when you see the animus, if you will, between 50 and Diddy, that has historically been for God knows how long. But look, I have several observations. I've been on the phone with Sean over the years, and had screaming matches. So I relate to that. I've been in the room with him having screaming matches. But Sean has a unique kind of a history that almost no other celebrity of his ilk has. People often forget 25 years ago, Harvey, he also survived the trial then of the century, which was the shooting at the nightclub.
Well, in fairness, that was like 2000, so the trial of the century was like 9 months old, Mark.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But that was then trial of the century. Remember, that was Johnny Cochran's last criminal trial.
I know, Ben Brafman.
With Ben Brafman, exactly. Johnny brought Ben in, or Johnny agreed. Frankly, I think it was Johnny agreed to do it.
But wait a minute. But you're not saying that it was Diddy that engineered that. That was Johnny and Ben.
Diddy had a very prominent role. You have to understand this personality. You see that personality right now. By the way, this is aside from the fact that it makes me very angry on a number of levels, the fact that this is out and that there's a privately recorded conversation of Sean with his lawyers. I mean,
boy, they're gonna sue you 50. Oh, they're gonna sue somebody. Somebody gonna have to come up with some cash for that man. That's what's gonna happen with that right there. Somebody gonna have to come up with some cash for that man. They probably said, "Well, no, I'm not a P Diddy fan, man. That's what's fair. Look, I can't be a square and be picking sides and shit. See, that's the problem with people. Y'all be picking sides, right? I can't be picking no sides. Even with this 50 Cent and P Diddy beef, whose side you on? I'm not on nobody's side. I'm just listening to the news of it. And what's fed out of what's said is fed. They're like, if somebody do something, it's just like in a football game. Y'all ain't think that it was fed that the ref called what he called for the Pittsburgh and the Baltimore game. That wasn't fair, right? And everybody eyes, so that's why I say how it goes off was fair and fair. To y'all, you feeling that wasn't fair. It's not fair for somebody to try to, you know what I'm saying, kick a nigga while they down type shit. That's not fair. Ain't shit fair about a motherfucker kicking somebody while they down. Ain't nothing fair about that. They already down. They already suffering. Why kick at them more?
Famously sued over that in the past, but let's put that aside for a second. No, Sean is a hands-on defendant, if you will. He is involved. He is intimately involved.
at that, they say, boy, yeah, you can't trust Diddy. They want us to not trust the man. I don't know. That's why I say I can't pick sides, y'all. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? He did some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? He helped the culture. You know what I'm saying? He did some shit for the culture. Uh, but he fucked also messed up the culture. So it's it's like, okay, what do we say about it now, right? Like we the judges now, but I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury, and I'm sure enough now what his name what is the guy name, man? He'll say it. I'm gonna let him say it for you. I'm sure enough that this guy. Give me a minute. I'm not him. We'll come back to you. This dude right here is crazy. Flacco. Yeah. Flacco ass crazy. Don Flacco ass a run if the heat was on. The heat is on. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm getting to it. The heat is on. Loyal moves, loyal moves. What's up, loyal moves? Hold on. All right. The heat is on. Loyal moves, loyal moves. Bro, Flacco ass. Flacco said some crazy shit on this man.
We were planning our anniversary trip. Someone
Been planning our anniversary trip.
Over a video I made about the Hoovers. Now his name is Big Deal. He's a really big deal, no pun intended, from where he's from. He's a Five Deuce Hoover general. He's one of the most feared gangbangers in LA County. And he has a problem with a video I made where I just documented the threats he made against Charleston White.
What's the deal? It's the Cold Gang, man. What's up with the people, man? What's up with the Cold Gang family? Hey, yeah, man. So, boy Flacco out here running around doing detective work, they say, man. And he got my name in his mouth.
Hey, and he got my name in his mouth.
This gonna be my first and last time to send this message your way, Flacco. But what you gonna have to do, man, is you gonna have to keep the set out your mouth, man. You gonna have
Boy, man, LA. Whoo. Man, y'all got some different kind of, I'm gonna just say rules. You know what I mean? They got some different kind of rules. You got Flacco over here. Flacco over there, man, hiding under the desk right now, right?
to stop building these cases, man. You know what I'm saying? And working for these people. Because I'm starting to think that it's a lot of police and federality work going on at No Jumper, man. And Adam might be the commander, man, the chief of police, and you the puppet detective, and the other boy got the badge, whack 100. I don't know what's going on.
First off,
Hey, don't call him the popo. Y'all the popo. He saying y'all the popo, man. You know what I'm saying? You got some popo shit going on over there. You don't know what the hell going on over there. But y'all got some police things going on over there, motherfucker. That he trying to figure out what's going on. So, and Flacco, you know what I mean? They saying he the puppet.
I am the police. You got me. All right?
Here you go.
I don't gotta hide no more. You got me. I'm a detective. I'm a rat. I'm a snitch. I'm 12. I'm everything you think I am, and I'm not being sarcastic either. All right? And if you is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
He said it, y'all. He said it. You can only take a person for what they say. Shit. What else can you say? What he said? Like, he said what he is.
Being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
Hey, that's what he just said. Wow. One more time for y'all to hear this.
Being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
Okay. All right. Do I have to hear that shit again?
Is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
Damn, Flacco. Dog, and he also looked like a police. And he also looked like a detective. And he signed it like, okay. He told y'all. He said it. He said it. Like he signed it to you.
I don't gotta hide no more. You got me. I'm a detective. I'm a rat. I'm a snitch. I'm 12. I'm everything you think I am, and I'm not being sarcastic either. Right? And if you is watching this, and
see, he said, and I'm not being sarcastic either.
you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective. All right. I want y'all locked up. I don't want to see a gangbanger free. I'm sorry, bro. I'm putting it out there, bro. I hate y'all. I want y'all locked up in a cell.
This nigga. Oh man. What's going on, y'all, man? What's going on? Listen to this brother here.
All right, and if you is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
He signed it too, motherfucker. He letting y'all know what he is. Like, and he ain't playing. He's ain't man sarcastic. He ain't playing. He's dead ass serious. And he goes on and on.
All right. I want y'all locked up. I don't want to see a gangbanger free. I'm sorry, bro. I'm putting it out there, bro. I hate y'all. I want y'all locked up in a cell. It's really that simple.
It's really that simple. Damn. 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 Damn, bruh. Look, if you see his face, he like a black man turning white, man. He dead ass serious. He not like, listen.
I'm a rat. I'm a snitch. I'm 12. I'm everything you think I am, and I'm not being sarcastic either. Right? And if you is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
Oh shit. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right. I want y'all locked up. I don't want to see a gangbanger free. I'm sorry, bro. I'm putting it out there, bro. I hate y'all. I want y'all locked up in a cell. It's really
That nigga said it's really that simple. He look like a black man that just turned white. I'm just for real. He look like he just. But at the end of the day, he do look like a police officer. And people be sitting online with these people and don't know who the fuck they is, right? Talking to them, following they shit and all that type shit. And this is what they actually, a lot of them be.
You have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
Damn. The way he said that, like, he's serious. You only can believe what you hear, and the way a motherfucker pointed out, like, he pointed it out.
I'm a rat. I'm a snitch. I'm 12. I'm everything you think I am, and I'm not being sarcastic either. Right? And if you is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective.
Whoa. Sheesh. Damn. Well, if you is, you just blew your cover. You know?
All right. I want y'all locked up. I don't want to see a gangbanger free. I'm sorry, bro. I'm putting it out there, bro. I hate y'all. I want y'all locked up in a cell.
Shit. When the black man go white.
I'm a detective. I'm a rat. I'm a snitch. I'm 12. I'm everything you think I am, and I'm not being sarcastic either. Right? And if you is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective. All right.
Phew. I'm a detective too. I just detected this, that you was the police.
You got me. All right. I don't gotta hide no more. You got me. I'm a detective. I'm a rat. I'm a snitch. I'm 12. I'm everything you think I am, and I'm not being sarcastic either. Right? And if you is watching this and you think I'm being sarcastic, then you have nothing but yourself to blame. I am the police. I'm a detective. All right. I want y'all locked up. I don't want to see a gangbanger free. I'm sorry, bro. I'm putting it out there, bro. I hate y'all. I want y'all locked up in a cell. It's really that simple.
Oh man. Let's listen. Like, yeah, I don't even. Do I supposed to even go on with him? Because it's serious.
But even though you exposed me, okay? Yes, you got me. But you think I need the white man's permission to snitch? Like you think I'm, if I, well, not if, because I am. Right? If I do some writing, you think I'm doing some writing under the white
That nigga said, yeah.
man's program? You think Adam is telling me who to snitch on? Cut it out, man. Now that's insulting. Thinking I need a white man to tell on you is insulting.
But niggas gonna keep the set out their mouth and stop building cases and playing with the set like that. We can play and do all this other content, but we ain't gonna play and do that, man. You feel me? Cause a nigga hate to have to body bag you, man. You feel me? But yeah, and if you keep playing, Adam gonna have to line your ass up, man, straight up. You feel me? He gonna be the next nigga that's gonna be lining somebody up, man. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck who in the call. You could call 911, the FBI, the CI, whoever. You could call ICE. I wouldn't give a
Shit. You could call ICE and he wouldn't give a fuck. Arariro, Ikola. He told that man that he could call ICE and say he wouldn't give a fuck.
But nigga gonna be in a bag and keep playing with me, man.
The most ridiculous part about this is he covered.
He told the man he gonna be in the body bag. He told the man you can't be
his face to make the threats. Like, you covered your face to threaten to murder me, as if your face isn't already on the internet. Like, as if your face isn't already in multiple interviews identifying yourself. Again, Brick Baby and Big Deal. This is you on Being Rival Game Bangers, right? So, like...
He told him he the police. That nigga the po-po. He's the po-po, ho. He's the po-po.
The face covering does nothing, all right? When I send this video to the police, which I am, right, I'm going to document it. I'm going to show y'all, right? Video is going to the police, trust me. When it goes to the police, you think...
Hey, yeah. What the fuck? This nigga ain't playing. He's serious as shit.
Face isn't already in multiple interviews identifying yourself. Again, Brick Baby and Big Deal. This is you on Being Rival Game Bangers, right? So, like, the face covering does nothing, all right? When I send this video to the police, which I am, right, I'm going to document it. I'm going to show y'all, right? The video is going to the police, trust me.
This motherfucker. Oh, shit, man. This man here, man. We trying to hit a Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? We trying to hit a Charleston White. You talking about going to the po-po, but he is the po-po. It's going to the higher.
In multiple interviews, identifying yourself. Again, Brick Baby and Big Deal.
This is
you
up.
on Being Rival Game Bangers. So, like, the face covering does nothing, all right? When I send this video to the police, which I am, right, I'm going to document it. I'm going to show y'all, right? The video is going to the police, trust me. When it goes to the police, you think what they're going to say, oh, his face is covered. How do we know this is him? What about your YouTube channel that's named after you, Big Deal, right, from Five Deuce Hoover, right? How about the multiple videos already on your...
You about to snitch on your Big Bill? You see, he's sending your ass the tape to the po-po. He ain't playing no more. You know what I'm saying? He calling you all kinds of ho-hos. Yeah, so Big Bill, Flacco said he the po-po. You blew his cover. Now he's sending it, the tape, to his higher up boss, so they can put out some kind of paperwork to lock your ass up. That's what he's saying.
Channel without your face cover. Like I don't understand. Again, Brick Baby and Big Deal. This is you on Being Rival Game Bangers, right? So, like, the face covering does nothing, all right? When I send this video to the police, which I am, right, I'm going to document it. I'm going to show y'all, right? The video is going to the police, trust me. When it goes to the police, you think what they're going to say, oh, his face is covered. How do we know this is him? What about your YouTube channel that's named after you, Big Deal, right, from Five Deuce Hoover, right? How about the multiple videos already on your channel without your face covered? Like I don't understand. Now, Big Deal is somebody who I consider one of the smarter gangbangers, so this right here is a surprise to me, bro. He's upset about this video right here that I made called The Streets Say Hoover Crips Put a Bounty on Charleston White. In this video right here, I included a clip from him where he's essentially threatening Charleston White, letting Charleston White know that the Hoovers are after him and that Charleston White's friend and ally Smack from TDE, who also is a troubled gangster crip.
That nigga really po-po. This nigga really a detective.
And a Hoover ally, he's letting Charleston White know that they're after him, and their homie, which is Charleston White's friend, is gonna have to backdoor Charleston White on their behalf. So he put this out there, and I simply just covered it. I simply just covered it, and now I'm the bad guy. I'm so confused here. Right, is grizzly bear, right? Because he's built like a grizzly bear, man. He has like 60-inch python biceps, all right, and some very girthy chest. He's like a very big guy.
Straight to you, Gumby. Check this out, man. You're not a spokesman for Five Deuce, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just nip that in the bud. You know, just kill it, man. You feel me? You don't speak for FD, man. You feel me? You can speak for anything else, but you're not speaking for Five too, man. We're gonna just kill that, man. You feel me? And this for these niggas in Fort Worth, man. You need to get it together, man. You ain't never claiming FD if y'all not HGC. Straight up. Ain't no other way around it. Ain't no conversation about it or nothing. Tighten up, get y'all together. Straight up, you feel me? And another thing, we're gonna get on this Charleston White, man, with Smack, man. You know, I had Smack back, you know, with the fade, you know, for WAC 100, but you know, Charleston getting out of hand, you feel me? So we might have to have Smack line Charleston up, man. He gonna have to line Charleston White up, man, straight up, you feel me? And y'all know my motto, man. He gonna have to keep it gangster or get put off gangster, straight up.
I have a serious question. When y'all make these videos,
they don't be thinking. They ain't thinking. They forgetting, like, I guess they think that nobody watching this shit. Just like now, I got 0 people, but later on, if I leave a video up, people gonna be watching all the mistakes, all the bullshit that come out the video. Yeah. They're gonna be watching. So I don't know. I don't understand either. Flacco, Popo. I don't understand Popo. You know what I'm saying? I guess these the new criminals. Whereas though you gotta say they do shit to go to jail. That shit, they motherfuckers do shit to go to jail. You gotta know what you're doing is wrong. These motherfuckers do shit to go to jail. Like, hey, I want to go viral to go to jail. Y'all better stop. Y'all's gonna be in jail forever.
people who see it is other dirty, stinky, funky gangbangers. That the only people who
Dirty,
see threats that y'all make online are the gangbangers or other street dudes.
Gangbangers ain't black, y'all. This man is black. I swear to God, he blacker than black. He talking like that. Listen to him.
Channel, go to your channel and watch, right? Like y'all do.
Straight up.
I have a serious question. When y'all make these videos, are y'all operating under the expectation that the only people who see it is other dirty, stinky, funky gangbangers? That the only people who see these threats that y'all make online are the gangbangers or other street dudes who are gonna keep it solid? Like y'all understand the internet stands for World Wide Web, right? Like y'all understand.
Yeah. Bad self. Bad. Let me get back.
And that the police can also create a YouTube channel, go to your channel and watch, right? Like y'all do understand, like this. Now I understand complexity, especially complex concepts, is very difficult for the average game maker. But Big Deal is one of the smarter ones, like I said. So I'm kind of shocked. Okay, what y'all do?
Boy, why is you sounding like that? I'm kind of shocked. Okay, I'm kind of. boy. Yeah, I already say. All right, let me get off of you, cause you already said you want to tell on the motherfucker fast. You ain't playing. All right, we got it. I'll come back to you later, cause you be tripping. You be tripping like a mother skunker. Nah, 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 nah. Ugh. Nah, 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 nah. Flacco, go check Flacco out, man. You talking about the 52 Hoover Crips threatening to murder me by Christmas. Flacco tripping. Look him up. They gonna get me. Look at right here.
The level of stupidity is incredible. I'm telling you, I used to use the word incompetent. Now I just call them stupid. I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know.
You do dun 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 dun. Oh.
Suspected victims of physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the free box. And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the free box. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the free box as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleged he didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the free box. And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the free box. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the free box as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleged he didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the free box. And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs hit, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the free-talks. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the free-talks as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
Okay. Mm. Test it. 1, 2, 3. See. Damn. Just 1, 2, 3. If we can boom, do that. Just 1, 2, 3.
Whether it's this case or other cases, I've seen it. I mean, this is not somebody who is going to let you be the brain surgeon and do the surgery. This is somebody who's intimately involved in what is going on. But it is, if you're a defense lawyer, this is your worst nightmare to watch him screaming at you, basically watching the sausage being made. I mean, tell me you weren't uncomfortable watching that.
Well, you know what my reaction was?
What?
That Diddy is going after the guy that engineered a win for him. So had you listened to this before the verdict, I get it. But to me, this is Mark Agnifilo saying, you dumb shit, just shut up and let me do my job, because when I do my job, I'll win for you, which he did.
Well,
Are you looking for the most affordable way to add electric heating and cooling to your older home? If that's the case, then you're going to want to take a look.
David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast. Now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney Plus. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney Plus at noon.
Tonight, millions are bracing for snow and bitter cold temperatures and getting our first look at new evidence in the case against Luigi Mangione. We begin with the wintry weather, snow, followed by dangerous cold sweeping across the Great Lakes region, impacting drivers and even the NFL, and relentless rain in the Pacific Northwest. Multiple inches of rain expected every day this week. Our weather team times it all out. Next, the Trump administration faces increased calls to release video of the second attack on an alleged drug boat that killed 2 survivors. The Secretary of Defense is now hesitating and defending the strikes. At least one Democrat who's seen the footage says the attack violated international law, while some Republicans say it was just. Also tonight, newly released evidence from the Luigi Mangione case, including a to-do list, a bus ticket under an apparently false name, and video that authorities say shows him walking toward insurance CEO Brian Thompson after Thompson was fatally wounded. Chaos in the cockpit. The audio revealing the frantic moments after the pilot tried to cut the engines of a passenger plane in mid-flight.
We got Jeff here. Just trying to shut our engines off.
It's one of the largest settlements for killing by police in U.S. history. One city's agreement to pay $30 million to the family of a teenager shot and killed by an officer while running away from someone else. Shocking footage of a car crossing into the path of an oncoming train, and this story is a remarkable ending. The dramatic eruption at this country's most active volcano, thousands of lava seen shooting 100 feet into the air. Championship weekend, who made the college football playoff? Which big game was left out and decided to end its season? Plus, history is made in racing and by one of the greatest to ever play the game of soccer. And America strong tonight. The holiday spirit returns less than a year after a devastating fire.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Lindsay Davis. We begin tonight with wintry weather as millions of Americans are in store for another round of brutal cold. The snow is creating headaches for flyers with nearly 3,000 flights delayed between Chicago's O'Hare and Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson airports. The snow blanketed the field as the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals faced off for a big game here in New York. Heavy snow in Iowa made weekend driving conditions treacherous, and drone footage captured the ice coating the lakes and ponds of Essex County, Massachusetts. Let's get right to meteorologist Danny Beckstrom from our New York station, WABC. And Danny, the wintry weather is not all you're tracking.
Not it, Lindsay. We're also tracking a significant rain event setting up in the Pacific Northwest. But let's start with that Arctic air about to move into the Northeast. That dangerous cold impacting the upper Midwest tonight. Sub-zero wind chills from the Dakotas to Wisconsin, and that air mass moving east overnight. The cold isn't as brutal for the Northeast. Monday morning wind chills, though, still in the single digits and teens from Chicago to New York City. Mornings in D.C. will feel like the 20s for several days, and Atlanta will have morning wind chills in the 30s by the middle of the week. Now the Northwest, an atmospheric river set to bring flooding downpours each day this week. Flood watches hold through Friday from Eugene to Seattle, and the mountains in northern Idaho as well. A fire hose of moisture dropping rounds of heavy rain and snow. By Friday, we could see up to a foot of rain in the Cascades. The elevation plus that saturation after that many days means flooding is a real threat through Friday. Lindsay?
All right, Danny, thanks so much. The suspect in the murder of the United Healthcare CEO is expected back in court tomorrow. Over the weekend, prosecutors released new photos, including a bus ticket and a to-do list. Some of the evidence allegedly recovered from Luigi Mangione when he was arrested in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The hearing on Friday was postponed after Mangione became ill. Here's ABC's Rena Roy.
Tonight, Luigi Mangione is preparing to head back to a New York City courtroom for a high-stakes hearing that will determine what evidence the jury can see in his state murder trial as they weigh whether to find him guilty or innocent in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. In court, prosecutors showing this photo of an alleged to-do list found in Mangione's pocket during his arrest on December 9th last year. Under that same date, the note says Intel check-in and survival kit. Police say they found his pocket knife and bus ticket in the name of Sam Dawson, an alias allegedly used by Mangione while police say he was on the run. Prosecutors also releasing this video that they say shows Mangione walking right by Thompson in Midtown Manhattan after the attack, appearing to glance at him before turning and running off. Coming 5 days later, when police were led to this McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, by a 911 call from a manager.
I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looks like the CEO shooter from New York. The only thing you can see is his eyebrow.
Defense attorneys are hoping to get a laundry list of evidence thrown out, like the items found in Mangione's backpack, including a 3D printed gun and notebook with his alleged writings, as well as statements police stated he made. Now, tomorrow in court, we are expecting to hear from more Altoona police officers who helped arrest Luigi Mangione, including one who searched his bag and later said on body camera footage that there was a weapon. That will no doubt be some key testimony in this hearing. Lindsay, preview of the trial ahead. Rena, thank you. Now to the showdown over the boat strikes in the Caribbean. The Trump administration is facing calls to release video of the second attack in September on a suspected drug boat. President Trump has endorsed the move, but the Secretary of Defense says they're reviewing the process. Here's ABC's senior White House Selena Lamb. Tonight, growing pressure on the Trump administration to release the full video of that September 2nd attack on a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean Sea.
This video was profoundly shaken, and I think it's important for Americans to see it.
After the initial strike, the military fired more missiles, killing 2 survivors. The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, one of the few lawmakers who has seen the unreleased footage, describing the second strike as an attack on defenseless survivors. And that, if true, would violate international law.
I think it's really important that people see what it looks like when the full force of the United States military is turned on 2 guys who are clinging to a piece of wood and about to go under.
But the top Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee insisting all 11 people on board were valid targets, echoing Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's argument that the survivors were still in the fight.
It looked at one point like they were trying to flip the boat back over for them to go the rest of its cargo and continue their mission.
Just days ago, President Trump told me he would support releasing the full video. You really feel that first boat strike on September 2nd, but not the second video. Will you release video of that strike so that the American people can see for themselves?
I don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we're certainly release, no problem.
But now Secretary Hegseth non-committal.
We're doing this right now, so whatever we were to decide to release, we have to be very responsible about. So we're reviewing that.
Whether or not the entire campaign is even legal has hit more than 20 suspected drug boats, killing more than 80 people. The administration has yet to provide any public evidence that those who were killed were actually smuggling drugs. Lindsay, meanwhile, Hegseth is vowing more U.S. boat strikes. Selena, thank you. Next tonight, the Department of Justice is facing a setback in its attempt to possibly re-indict former FBI Director James Judge, temporarily block federal prosecutors from accessing key evidence in the case. Let's bring in ABC's Olivia Rubin. Olivia, what are you learning tonight?
Lindsay, tonight the Justice Department potentially facing a major setback in its efforts to prosecute the former FBI Director James Comey, a judge temporarily blocking the government from using key evidence in the case, finding it when Comey was indicted earlier this year on charges of lying to Congress, allegations he denies. That critical evidence came from the computer of Comey's longtime friend and was obtained by DOJ years ago. But the judge finding DOJ may have accessed it again without getting a new warrant, a move that could have violated the law. The ruling is just the latest blow to the Comey case after the indictment was dismissed by a judge who found the Trump administration unlawfully appointed the prosecutor who brought it. Now this is just another potential setback as prosecutors weigh whether or not to try to indict Comey once again. The Justice Department ordered to respond in court this week. Lindsay.
Olivia, thank you. We're learning new details tonight about a terrifying midair scare in 2023. New audio reveals the chaos in the cockpit after an off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot tried to shut off the engines of a passenger plane. And tonight, new video of his arrest. Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Tonight, new audio and video revealing the chaos in the cockpit as a former Alaska Airlines pilot tried to shut down the engines of a passenger plane in October 2023.
What's wrong?
Yay!
What's going on?
Horizon Flight 2059 was heading from Everett, Washington to San Francisco when off-duty pilot Joseph Emerson, riding in the jump seat, tried to pull the fire suppression handles and putting the lives of 83 other people on board in jeopardy.
We need to go direct to Portland now.
The plane making an emergency landing at Portland International Airport. This material, first obtained by NBC's Portland affiliate KGW, also showing Emerson under arrest, admitting he had taken psychedelic mushrooms 2 days earlier and had not slept in 48 hours.
So were you trying to kill yourself? Just trying to wake up. Trying to wake up. I don't feel like this is real.
Emerson pled guilty in federal court to interfering with flight crew members. He was fired by the airline and lost his pilot's license. Emerson telling ABC News in 2024 that he wishes he could take it all back.
I did something unfathomable to me, something I have to take responsibility for, and I regret.
Lindsay, Emerson was sentenced to time served. He and his wife have since started a nonprofit focused on mental health support for pilots.
Jacqueline, thank you. Now to one of the largest settlements for a killing by police in U.S. history. The San Diego City Attorney's Office has agreed to pay $30 million to the family of a 16-year-old who died after being shot by an officer in January. And we want to warn you, some of these images may be disturbing. Here's ABC's Melissa Dunn.
Tonight, after a 16-year-old was killed by police while running from gunfire, the city of San Diego agreeing to pay out a $30 million settlement to the family of the victim. 16-year-old Kanoa Wilson killed in late January after officers shot him while he was fleeing another person.
This was a 16-year-old boy who was just days away from turning 17 who was double tapped, shot in the back.
Kanoa's parents suing the city and the officer who shot him. In graphic surveillance video released by authorities, Kanoa seen running away after police say another person fired towards him. Kanoa then running past police officer Daniel Gold. Gold firing 2 shots. Kanoa then heard screaming and collapses. San Diego police officers then seen attending to Kanoa.
As of right now, this is our only suspect, the one that we're doing medical work on right now.
Police say officers performed CPR and while doing so, found a handgun. The teen was taken to the hospital where he later died. The settlement, one of the largest for a police killing, exceeding the city of Minneapolis's George Floyd settlement.
Lindsay, the San Diego Police Department says Officer Gold is now working in an administrative capacity. The San Diego City Council will likely approve the settlement on Tuesday. Lindsay?
Melissa, thank you. Overseas now to Russia, unleashing hundreds of drone strikes against Ukraine. Ukrainian officials say the strikes targeted the infrastructure, which keeps everyday life going. This is talks to end the war wrapped up today in Miami. ABC's Britt Clennett reports tonight from Ukraine.
Tonight, the massive attacks Russia unleashed on Ukraine over the weekend, killing 2 people. Russia ramping up its attacks on Ukraine's infrastructure across the country, trying to cripple its energy supply. More than 1,600 drones and 1,400 missiles fired at Ukraine this week. This railway hub in central Ukraine targeted, causing water and power outages just 24 hours after this train depot was struck just outside of Kyiv.
You can see where the station has been hollowed out by the impact. Firefighters clearing through the bits of twisted rubble, working through which is still smoldering.
The strikes coinciding with peace talks between the U.S. and Ukraine in Miami that wrapped up this weekend. Zelensky on Saturday describing a phone call with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner as substantive and constructive. That's after peace talks in Moscow earlier this week failed to yield a breakthrough.
Lindsay, next President Zelensky will travel to London for talks with European leaders on Monday. French President Emmanuel Macron saying we must continue to exert pressure on Russia to compel it to choose peace. Lindsay.
Britt Clennett reporting from Ukraine. Thank you. Back here in the U.S., some good news about the National Guard member who survived a deadly attack in the nation's capital. The mother of 24-year-old Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf says he's surpassing expectations. She also says doctors are scaling back on his pain medication. Wolf and 20-year-old Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom were shot in an ambush-style attack the day before Thanksgiving. Beckstrom did not survive.
Now to a big day in college football. The 12-team playoff bracket is now set. Undefeated Indiana is the #1 seed after its historic Big Ten championship win. Let's bring in ABC's Perry Russell. Perry, some big surprises and disappointments.
Yeah, Lindsay, the bracket is all set, as you mentioned. Indiana leading the way as the #1 seed after winning the Big Ten championship last night, staying undefeated. The team they beat, Ohio, Texas Tech, in getting first-round byes. Tulane and James Madison are also in playoffs after winning their conference championships. And this is where it gets very interesting. Miami and Alabama are in, meaning Notre Dame is out. The Irish were the first team out and just said they will not play in a bowl game this year. They withdrew their name from consideration. No reason was given. Back to the playoffs. First-round games will be played on the campus of the higher seed. It all starts Friday, December 19th. On ABC, Lindsay.
Really fascinating move there by Notre Dame. Perry, thank you. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday, including what happened when a car tried to cross the tracks with a train bearing down, and the spectacular scene from Hawaii as Kilauea erupts again.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing their teeth in the day process. A lot of times what they mean is they'll do the surgery and give you some sort of teeth the next day, but teeth are not teeth, they're temporary teeth that you wear while you're healing.
In the old way, you would get a set of acrylic or temporary material teeth that gets screwed right onto the implant.
In reality, you're getting, let's say, a converted denture. These small-to-day teeth that you get too, they're made with dentures. It's basically plastic. It's going to break. Here at New VA, we're able to deliver permanent teeth in 24 hours.
24 hours after my surgery.
Okay, big teeth.
Car crossing the tracks in Wilton, Iowa, with a train bearing down. The car was pushed quite a distance, but remarkably, the driver did not suffer any major injuries. There are no gates at that crossing. Police say drivers still need to pay attention to warning devices. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano is erupting again in spectacular fashion. Fountains of lava were seen shooting up to 100 feet into the air over the Big Island on Saturday. No communities were at risk. The was captured live on a web camera that was a bit too close to all the action. That camera captured its own demise as it was engulfed in lava. When we come back, the news just coming in about a recall of mixed nuts linked to a possible salmonella contamination. To the index now, we're just getting word of a recall of mixed nuts sold by the Wegmans Super. It involves varieties of Wegmans Deluxe mixed nuts in 34-ounce tubs and 11.5-ounce plastic bags. Wegmans says that those products could be contaminated by salmonella. They were sold in at least 10 states in the East. The race for top driver in Formula One racing went all the way to the checkered flag. Britain's Lando Norris finished third today in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but that was good enough to give him his first world championship. He edged out Max Verstappen, who'd 4 titles. Soccer superstar Lionel Messi is no stranger to championships, and he's added another one to his trophy case by leading Inter Miami to a 3-1 victory over the Vancouver Whitecaps in the MLS Championship. Messi's one of just a handful of players who've won both the World Cup and the MLS Cup. When we come back, America Strong, a cherished holiday tradition, lives on in the face of utter devastation. Finally tonight, a welcome sign of the season in the Holy Land. A giant Christmas tree was lit in Manger Square in Bethlehem, the traditional birthplace of Jesus. Celebrations have been canceled the past 2 years because of the war in Gaza. And here at home, a special celebration 11 months after everything changed.
While the tradition dates back more than 100 years, last night's Christmas Tree Lane Lighting Festival in Altadena, California was especially meaningful. 3, 2, 1. The trees that once stood as silent witnesses to nature's fury after the devastating fires here are once again bathed in light. Wow. Marking the first time since that dark chapter of loss in January when the Eaton fire raced through, killing 19 people and destroying thousands of homes.
Even though they lost their houses, they are in good spirit. They are very strong.
The streets of Altadena, once cloaked in the shadow of tragedy, once again shimmer with a quiet promise. The glow of more than 20,000 twinkling lights on 153 deodars, a type of cedar tree that stretch along Christmas Tree Lane. Amazingly, none of the 153 deodars along this iconic street were lost in the fire, some as high as 130 feet tall.
I think there was a fear that we were going to put things aside because the rebuild effort is continuing.
More than 200 volunteers worked on weekends for 10 weeks to bring this year's tree lighting to life.
This year was a little challenging with the hurdles we had to go through to see even if our power lines were right, if we could even get the lights into the trees to see if our trees were healthy enough.
An estimated 20,000 people showed up to marvel at this moment, to witness these trees no longer standing as reminders of destruction, but as symbols of hope, shining brightly into the night here in Altadena, where light has returned.
Heartwarming to see that. Thanks so much for watching. David Muir right back here tomorrow night. I'm Lindsay Davis in New York. Have a great evening. Good night.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the 3rd year in a row. Live news program for the 3rd year in a row.
Listen, it's called connecting, and it's insane. I don't do schedules or timesheets manually.
You can plan, customize,
That girl that I was just interviewing, she's Aaron the plumber's ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
You know what she told me during the interview? So you're gonna see it. Is that after you got on the phone with him, he spent 3 months terrified, crying, freaking out.
Who?
Aaron, the plumber.
I don't believe that.
She said that you had.
Capping.
Listen.
First of all, here goes the thing, bro. Here goes the
Uh-huh.
thing. I'm gonna tell you why I know she's capping. First of all, she's an ex-girlfriend. She's gonna say all kind of shit. Second of all, me and Aaron talked for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Listen, that's how I remember it too. You guys were cool by like the end of the day or the next day,
He
right?
talked to me. I had an hour trip to get to Ray J. Got to Ray J's house, the one we were trying to get you to come to before he moved, and started putting together the fight. Got Donut on the three-way. Got him and Ray J to agree to do a 20 versus 1. So a guy that's terrified is not going to be on the phone with you like that. Now, I don't know. I mean, I never knew Aaron promoted. I don't know who his girl is. I didn't know the dude.
That was his ex-girl. They ain't been fucking with each other for a little while.
She's clout chasing.
Well, yeah.
How long it been? A year?
She came to No Jumper to do an interview so that she could basically air him out. So yeah. And I'm that guy. I'll do that interview.
But how long was she with him?
I'm the male Tasha K.
How long was she with him?
I think like 6, 7, 8 months.
And it's been like a year since they broke up?
Not even that long, I think.
Well,
It's been
listen.
like a couple months, I think.
Now here goes the thing, right? Here goes the math to that.
Yeah.
One, that means another man hasn't come into your life, because if it did, you wouldn't be talking about your ex-nigga. Two, your ex-nigga has such an impact on you that you still talking about him. You gotta give Aaron his props.
She did say that she was getting dug out by Ray J before that. She was traveling around with Ray J. That's what she said.
Before she met Aaron.
Yeah, right.
That ain't got nothing to do with Aaron.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying. She got a type.
Oh?
Loud chocolate man who liked to cause havoc on the internet. Wait, what?
Yeah, AJ, he's a hit and run king.
AJ.
Ray J.
Ray J. Were you calling him something different right there?
I mean, AJ.
Why would you call him AJ?
I mean, he knows what's going on. Yo, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
She was talking like he was rolling around the country with it.
Did you ever see Ray J with her publicly?
Honestly, if I see Ray J with some girls, I'm gonna avert my eyes out of respect.
No, but listen, the little chick he been with in the love cabin, you know who she is. He tells you, he kisses on her.
I don't know. I haven't been.
The little like she's Latin Spanish.
Cabin.
That's a show they filmed on Zeus.
Oh,
it's up on Zeus. But
I'm gonna start watching Zeus.
I never seen her. First time I seen her was at 20 versus 1.
Yeah. That's basically like her day to day is just doing different 20 versus 1s.
Yeah, yes. Well, I mean, shit. I hope
he got her Instagram deleted according to her, so not that many.
Oh.
Yeah. She's trying to get in the Blueface mix, which honestly, given her current track record, seems like pretty logical.
No, given her current track record, ladies, let me enlighten you on
She
something.
might be too classy for Blueface.
Nah, but she mean too trashy. Let me enlighten you on something. When men see you try to bad or backbite your ex, the next nigga don't want to make you that.
I don't think Blueface is really.
He may want to hit you and run.
You know the bumper rails at the bowling alley?
What?
I don't think Blueface, on the path to his heart, I don't think there's bumpers that are stopping girls from getting in just because they shit on some dude. I think that's totally.
No, he gonna hit you and keep moving. If he with you, he may not even. If it's just a thing, listen, watch this. Blueface been having 2 women at home since he's been out. You ain't never heard a peep out of him. because they know their job and they know their position. You see that? Them two women he'll fall in love with.
Really?
They give him no headaches.
But all the girls he falls in love with are the ones that are loud and proud out on social media, right?
Well, I mean, you got to remember. I mean, we went out on a little bowling date, double date. We went to Javier's and then we went to Lucky Strike.
Which girl?
The two girls.
So both of them, and then you only had R&B.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but again, tripping.
You put the topics on?
You know, the next day, we had to do his thing that his mother threw for him. And I remember them saying, hey, are we going to be able to go? He said, nah, I got whatever the other girl, and she's going to be there. He told him. He didn't bullshit him and say, I'll see. But he said the lady, R&B is going to send the lady to do your nails and your lashes and stuff. And then, you know, we'll do some later on.
Who's the better bowler, you or him?
Nephew pretty good. He got this crazy ass spin.
Really?
I just bowl with speed. My balls be like 115 miles per hour.
It doesn't really benefit you.
If I can, listen, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I cheat. I'm throwing the ball so fast, and my ball's not hitting the ground, the alley until probably about 10, 12 feet into it.
Fuck, you get into bowling that quick.
He hopes his girlfriend accepts his apology. Alex, what's going on?
I'm here to tell my girlfriend the truth. And it's that I cheated on her. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
She has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
She has attitude for one. She doesn't care about anything but herself. She's lazy.
Then why is she your girlfriend?
Because you know what? I care about her. I do care about her, but sometimes we mess up. We're human. Everybody makes mistakes. She makes mistakes just like I do.
Yeah.
And it started off with her friend Cece, who decided to come over to my house. She was gonna pick up a phone charger. And when she did, she come into the other room, and I was watching TV, and she was talking about her hair. You know, she just got her hair done. I was like, oh, okay, you know, it looks nice. So I started playing with the hair a little bit. And, you know, okay, yeah, a little tense, you know, gave a little back rub, and you know, we had sex.
Now, how long have you been with your girlfriend?
I've been with her for a year.
And you love her?
I do. I mean, regardless of what I say, I do.
Okay. So you love her, but this time you slipped up and you
I
had
did.
sex
People
with her.
slip up.
Have you had sex since with her?
No.
So was it one time? It literally was a one-time thing.
Basically, yeah. And we told each other we was gonna bury the hatchet. You know, we're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna keep it on the down
Well,
low.
this is a good place to keep it quiet.
Yeah, right, absolutely, yeah. And so 2 weeks later, she decides to come back to the house. You know, my girlfriend invites her over, watch a movie. My girlfriend leaves to go to the bathroom, and she comes back, and it's like she did a 360. She comes in and starts telling me, oh, I knew that you cheated on me. Why'd you cheat on me? Why'd you lie? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you come in at me like this?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I mean, she's crazy. She's a redhead. You know, I apologize. I don't mean to offend anybody. The redheads are nuts. They are. They're crazy. They're ridiculous. They'll do anything. This you. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm like, you know what? Like
They
what
should
you
have
do?
a license.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's like, I read your body language. You know, I mean, she's like, I could tell. I was like, no, you're nuts. You're crazy. I don't know why you're acting like this.
But you knew inside you were guilty.
I did. You know what? I did. But at the same time, you know, I denied it. I denied it. I
know,
denied
but
it.
why did she suddenly believed that you were lying? In other words, what prompted her to suddenly start
She just,
saying this?
if she has something in her mind, she doesn't know better.
Was it because the other woman was there at the house at the time?
Yeah, but I mean, she just thinks of stuff on her own and then she'll go with it. Like if the sky is blue, but she says it's green, in her mind, it stays green. It's not gonna go back to blue. It's gonna be green. So in her mind, it's the body language, like my body language, the way that I
So
been
she's
acting
pretty,
towards her.
she's not crazy, she's perceptive.
I mean, she's perceptive, but at the same time, you know, unless you can actually show me facts, don't accuse.
So why are you here?
I'm here because I have some stuff to get off my chest. One of them is that I did cheat on her.
Yeah.
I hope she takes me back. I really do, because I'm a loving guy. I'm sweet. I really can turn around, and everybody.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
that's
well,
really
good
what I
luck,
believe.
yeah. Well, I'll let you talk here. She's outside the studio, so she hasn't heard any of this. Let's bring her out now. Here's Jessica. Hi, so you guys have been together for 8 months now, and how's the relationship going?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay,
Have our differences.
but generally it's going good.
Yeah.
Well, good. What do you want to tell her?
There's something I have to say.
Oh,
I brought you on the show. I don't know how to tell you, so I'm gonna show you. I'm pregnant.
Are you really?
Yes. How do you feel about that?
I'm happy. I really am. Are you really pregnant?
Yes.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
I do have something to tell you. I slept with your friend. I mean, look, listen.
Are you serious?
Like, listen, I need you to listen to me, okay? It was a one-time thing. We all make mistakes. Do you not make mistakes? Okay? I need you to calm down. Okay? I'm sorry.
I thought
Look,
you loved me.
I do love you. I really do. I love you. I do. I'm gonna do everything I can.
We
for
have
this
a baby
family.
on the
I
way.
do. I will do everything I can. I
I've
swear
done
to
so
God.
much for you.
I know you
I
have.
buy your weed.
Listen, I'm sorry.
I do.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm sorry. Look at me. Look at me. I'm sorry. You hear me? You hear me?
No.
Are you really pregnant? Like,
Oh, she's great.
I mean, I don't. That's a big deal to me. You know, I didn't know this at all.
Where do we go from here? You're probably gonna have to cut the weed stuff out.
Yeah. We have a baby on the way.
I understand that now. That's crazy. Like, why? I mean,
That's true. He didn't know before.
I did, yeah, but I'm saying, like, I mean, it just, she had nice clothes on. She just got her hair done. She told me that, and she was tense, and she came on to me, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. She came in, she knew what she was doing. You wasn't at the house. You was at your cousin's house. I understand that. And I let her in to get a phone charger, and she did not leave. Like, I can make somebody leave. I understand that. But at the same time, you know, her being your friend, I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want her to call you being, oh, your boyfriend is da da da, and then we would have fought. So I just let her stay. The next thing you know, we're just touching each other. And I mean, I'm a guy. I'm a guy. I mean, I'm
You're
a
a
man.
guy with a girlfriend.
That's pregnant.
Monday CRM has the best AI features,
Especially in sales.
hands down.
So for me, email composition works like magic. You know me, I'm not a great writer, but AI helps me keep it super professional, super engaging, no more embarrassing typos.
Exactly. I personally love the Zoom AI summary. Takes any meeting and spits out a summary. I'm in back-to-back calls every day, so I use it nonstop, and it saves me so much time.
Oh, having summaries is crucial. You know, I also love the timeline summary. It sums up the latest activities for any contact so I can get the gist without like digging through a pile of emails and notes, you know, huge time saver.
Okay, so how about Monday CRM sentiment analysis? Have you tried that?
No, what is that?
So AI reads all the latest messages and notes with your leads and gives you an analysis on how they're feeling.
That sounds unreal. Word for so long, but now thanks to Monday, I've had it implemented in my day-to-day work. You know, I'm spending so and less time on admin work.
This game, you're not ready for it.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment, and you're seeing intrigue, the espionage, the alliance form. It's the power that shifts around, and it's amazing to watch.
Simple actions can have massive effects.
You can cooperate with people, compete with them, make friendships, deceive them, betray them. It's amazing to think that it's all just other players.
More players start coming. It just starts this complete cascade of actions, and you don't know what's going to happen.
It is a free-for-all. People get locked up and shot instantly. People start dying left, right, and centre. It's just something that you can't get anywhere else. It's just the rush like no other.
All good things can happen. Everybody's on this from their own stories, and that is probably the simplest way I can describe it.
Things continue to change.
There's this myth that addiction is just lack of willpower.
You know, he married. You got me in this. You been cheating all this much time.
Real.
It's me, Peter Penke, and you're tuned in for another bugged out episode of Cheaters. Please meet Nia Dion, pretty young thing distressed by her boyfriend's recent detachment. Tired of his forked tongue, Nia enlists cheaters to substantiate her suspicions.
So me and Mac, we met at the bar because I'm a bottle girl. So our relationship has been pretty great to me. I really liked, always going out with him. But lately I could just tell by the way he would act that he's just not into the relationship as much as I am anymore. He'll always be gone whenever he'll get a call here and there. And it's just not the same type of energy or vibe that we used to have.
Matt, age 31, a musician accused of holding private performances for female fans. After completing all preliminary matters, Cheaters Intelligence dispatches field operatives to the suspect's residence. Detectives on duty quickly capture an unknown female exit the premises. This furtive female hops into an SUV and carefully creeps out of the driveway before leisurely leaving the scene. Cheaters Intelligence relays that the vehicle is registered to suspect Johnson. Sometime later, the cautious cohort returns, and ops finally get eyes on suspect Mac Johnson emerging to help his girlfriend gather her groceries. With her accoutrement amassed, the subjugated suspect and his companion disappear indoors, leaving detectives with more questions than answers.
Recently, me and Mac went to Vegas for our 1-year anniversary. From the moment we basically got there, it just seemed like he wasn't even invested in our time there. He just seemed like he was just ready to go. Every time he'll get a phone call, he'll always run to the corner or out the room and just take the call. And we'll always just have arguments. These past 3 months, he hasn't been allowing me to come over his house. He just told me that it was for renovations and that he basically is sleeping on the floor and that he doesn't want me to come over. I went downstairs to his car to actually go get something, and right when I opened the door, I could just smell a girl's perfume all throughout the car. I was so livid, I left the car, went back upstairs, ripped open the shower, and I confronted him the whole way through. And he was just looking at me crazy and telling me that a new car freshener or something.
With forces focused on the suspect's home, Cheaters sleuths gain the upper hand by catching suspect Johnson as he and a dog exit with his companion, now known to be his wife. These two paint a picture of matrimonial bliss as their four-legged friend frolics in the fresh air. While the counterpart stops to do his business, Johnson takes care of some of his own, befuddling his bride by taking a cryptic phone call. After his covert conversation, Johnson rejoins his family. With enough activity for one day, the threesome arrives back home, where the Johnsons and their precious pup remain for the rest of the night.
So I've been asking Matt, can I come over lately a lot? And he keeps telling me it's because of renovations that I still can't come over. And after the whole last perfume incident with his car, I just knew it was a bunch of bullshit. So I just pulled up on him, and actually I seen a woman go inside the house. Being on our 1-year anniversary trip, it made me feel like maybe we weren't actually meant to be. It was just because, like, I thought we had something special, but now that you're cheating on me, like, it's just everything's basically thrown out the window at that point. Like the whole family that we talked about, moving in together, everything seems like it's just over now.
Once again stationed outside the suspect's home, Cheater's detectives lie in wait. Hours into their investigation, agents observed Johnson closing his winsome wife's car door before sliding behind his captain's chair and navigating away. Operatives, in their way, tail the two to a nearby super.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first look at the current industry.
Examine the alcohol aisle. Ready to reenact their wedding night, the bottle-toting twosome sends themselves off to their awaiting chariot. The pair rushes straight home. With proof Johnson's maturity and fidelity levels are on par, Cheater's agents close the investigation and return to headquarters. After the break, the confrontation.
Fast cheating, motherfucker. Excuse me. God damn. Cheating fast as hell. Let's see what we got going on. Ain't nothing but rocker freaky motherfuckers on some okay. There ain't nothing but freaks come out at night. And who's this? Let's see. When we get back, the
young lady walks out. So are you familiar with this young lady?
Yeah, that's the same chick that was walking inside the house last time when I caught her.
So this is the same chick you saw walking in the crib?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, as you can see, she backs off, she leaves.
Yeah.
Sometime later, she returns. You see who that is, obviously.
Yeah.
Mac comes out, is helping her with groceries and bags. And you are never there, so this is kind of strange.
I don't even know if this is a family member or what. But...
So on this day of our investigation, we outside Mac's crib. He emerges with this young lady once again, walking the dog, up close and personal with you.
And she hugging too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hugging each other.
All right.
That's the bogey that she gets to go over to the house, groceries.
Yeah.
Family dog, seemed like a little family dog thing.
And I think he's wearing a hat that I had too. Okay.
Now, I don't know if you remember this phone conversation, the pay attention.
Hey. Yeah, hey. What
I'm over here walking my dog.
I ain't got time to talk about this right now. I've been at the dog for like a little minute, dog. What you doing right now tonight?
Nothing. I was actually trying to see what you was doing.
Yeah, let's link up. Let's link up a little bit, man, on the night. I'll let you know what's up. I'm gonna call you back, though.
Alright.
You remember that phone call?
Yeah, I do.
Once he jumps off the phone with you, take the family back to the crib. So on this day of our investigation, we outside the crib, comes out his home, jumps in the car, she gets in the car, they drive off. We tell you, sometime later they arrive at the supermarket. Jump out on the side, shopping for wine, groceries. At this point, return home, laughing, joking, going inside like nothing. Obviously, you can tell that's not the side chick. And she's more than a main chick. She's his wife.
You know, he married.
They're married.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking about this whole anniversary trip y'all took.
Yeah.
It's not he has an anniversary trip with his wife.
Yeah.
We know where they are,
Mm-hmm.
and we can pull up on them right now. It's up to you. And keep in mind that that's his wife.
That's fine.
Channel that energy towards him. We here? What's up, man? What's going on with you? Hey, Mac.
Yo.
What's going on with you? Mac, what up, man? What's up, man? This is Peter Panky. We here with Cheetahs.
What's going on? Yo, you cheated? Cheated on with her, with me, obviously?
Yo, you cheated.
Our faces? You don't know who I am? What's going on? In my shoes, in my hat. I can take this. Yeah, you can just take my shoes off. Thank you. I'll go ahead and take them off. Look.
Yo, Mac, let me talk to you, man.
How long this been going on?
Caught red-handed. She has suspicions
How
about
long
what
this been
you're
going
doing.
on?
Put some surveillance.
How long y'all been married? How long y'all been married? 5 years.
Coming up, the conclusion.
And she's more than a main chick. She's his wife.
You know, he married. How long y'all been married? 5 years. But you been with me for over a year? No.
Listen, obviously this is his wife. You the girl.
No.
You the side chick. That's his wife. And this been going on for a minute.
How long has been going on? Over a year. Over a freaking year. You gotta get my shoe back. Well,
He said you better get my shoe back.
so that means what been on break? What's going on?
You alright?
I just got back in town.
Running and shit.
No.
Fucking run, you caught, nigga.
I just got back in town. What you mean? This is not funny. Why can't you answer it? Nobody.
If y'all just shut up, it's fine. Y'all got
You for the streets. Don't touch me.
She said you for the streets, nigga.
Don't like 18 years ago. Oh, hell no.
Oh.
You alright? Then he took me to Vegas. He just took me out of town. Right? And renovations, though? But that's your, no, that's not your assistant. That must have been your assistant writing then. You got me in this.
Calm down.
No, calm down, my mother. Ass. Calm down to my mother.
I'll tell you, we all need some of what he
Calm
has.
down. Get your mother. Don't put your hands on me. You for the streets now.
Sure.
You are for the streets, okay? You for the streets.
All right, man. Listen, man. All right, cool.
Give me that mother.
Nah.
That's mine. That's your house for her. It don't matter. Give me what? Give me that phone. That's mine.
Sorry.
You ain't going nowhere. Y'all can take this home.
Wait.
Y'all can take this mother ass home. How about that? How about that? You can take that shit. You ain't going nowhere. You been cheating all this mother time. You been cheating all this mother
Let me ask you
You
something.
been cheating all this time. You ain't gonna be able to call nobody. You ain't call none of your little hoes. Don't even, And I'm still waiting for the shoes. That's what I'm waiting for.
You know we've been surveilling them and watching them. You guys been together. Went to Vegas on that anniversary trip.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. I don't care. What you mean? That was before what? What was before? Separated what? So that's why you stayed with me? I don't know.
What's going on with him? He seems a little laid back and
No,
either he don't care or he's on dope or something.
You know, we just trying to work
Yo,
it
you
out.
all right?
trying to work it out, but stay with me though.
You gonna take the shoe?
Yeah, I'm.
Why, what do you
We
got?
just got back together, and this is what you're gonna do to me.
Oh my God, take the shoes. What y'all gonna do? You gonna work this out? No?
Well, ain't no time of charm. Ain't no third time of charm. I'm done.
Bye,
Mac. I hope you
So y'all been down this road, huh?
Blessings to your little
Yeah,
crib.
let him talk to his wife. That's his wife. Nothing you can do about it.
You a musician?
How am I get home, though?
You can get home by take them. Let one of them get you here. Let one of them take you.
I don't know what you're sawing, dude. Obviously on drugs or something.
Yeah, he is.
He's on cloud nine. That didn't even make no sense. It's like he don't care. He's not even chasing you for his shoes.
I know. I'm happy with the situation. It don't matter.
Fuck
His
those
phone
shoes.
broke. He broke anyway. It don't even matter.
She's leaving. You left. His hairline's left. Everybody's out. I need you.
We've been going through back and forth.
You know I don't need that.
This don't make no sense.
You know I love
This
your
don't make no
time.
sense.
Hey, come in. Hey, you know I love your time ass.
No.
Come in.
I'm done. Y'all can rest.
Hey, your time ass.
I'm done.
Baby.
I am done. I'm
So
done
what
with
you
you.
gonna do about this phone? Then?
No, you.
What you gonna do?
Do whatever you want to do. I'm not paying for that. Just move. Bye. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Let's go. He's a weird. I don't know. He probably needs some help. Probably needs some rehab. You'll be all right.
This ain't got nothing to do with you. Goofy. See, yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with you. What you got going on? That's going on. Let's see.
You still gonna take me home?
No, I'm not taking you home.
Baby.
You better call him an Uber. Y'all better call him an Uber right now. Call him one. Go ahead and call. Let's go. Call
So what
him.
you gonna do about this phone though?
Y'all better call him an Uber.
Now you know you could do better than that.
All right, let's roll out.
Too young and too pretty. I can't go.
I know I can. I'll show him the this
This nigga.
Coming up next, Cheaters revisits a previous from its archives.
I was angry, you know, why, you know, why it was all happening, why, you know, you have like a whole array of emotions that you go through.
Fuck you gonna tell someone?
After the confrontation, Ashad Nia assesses her scandalous situation. At the end of the show, Cheetahs discloses her decision. But now, Cheetahs revisits John Park, a former client coming forward to drop truth bombs about his experience on the show.
Well, initially I was, you know, I felt like I was angry. But then I really just wanted answers, you know, why it was all happening, why she's doing stuff behind my back. And, you know, when you find out something like that, you know, you have like a whole array of emotions that you go through, and it was tough, but it was good to find out what was really going on and confront her. What are you doing? Who is this guy?
Homeboy.
Is your homeboy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were studying.
I was studying, actually. Do you mind? Hang on.
It's different when you know what's gonna happen, but you know it's what you're about to find out. But then when you actually see it, it's crazy. And I just confronted her, and then I got into it with this guy that she was with, and just went from there.
Hey, don't talk like that. You need to tone it down a little bit, okay? Tone it down a little bit. Tone it down a little bit. Oh, stop! Come on. Stop, guys.
I was surprised in the way that she reacted to me, because she's the one at fault and she's the one cheating on me, and then she tried to make it like it was all my fault, and I kind of expected that kind of reaction from her, but it was a little more than I expected, I guess.
You are all up on me, and I need space because I'm so busy. I don't have time for this.
Do you know this whole time that she had a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
If she was happy with you, she wouldn't be here with me, man.
From that moment, I was done with the relationship. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And, I feel like, once you're that way, that's who you are. And I can't have that in my life.
Brother,
At least cut the guy a break and tell him the truth.
I'm a coward. I just
So go talk. So go talk to him and maybe express how you feel.
You can't talk to me?
I'm sorry, dude. Can I talk to you at all?
No, I'm done.
Please.
No, I'm done.
Please.
No.
Please.
I'm done. I have a lot of things going in my life. Don't have that negativity bringing me down that I did in that relationship. Lots of good stuff happening with my music, and about to go on tour, and just doing stuff for me and making myself happy.
Nia Dion admits that her relationship usually gets the better of her, but prays this is her last lapse in judgment. An optimistic Via plans to seek counseling and hopes to eventually insight into her need to be in a relationship. Too stoned to remember the night of the confrontation or even realize his busting, Mac Johnson says, "Wait, that's why my wife won't talk to me." Having sobered up, Johnson is furious with cheaters for exposing it. Overwhelmed with everything, Sasha Johnson says, "I need some time to think and to see why he did this."
Okay, let's see. Let me take it back. Yeah. All right.
Now remember, if you don't get your programming from Goldstein's, why, we'll both lose money.
ain't throw none of her shit away. I swear to God. Oh, man, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna fire to do this. Let's see. Mm, mm, mm. All right, let's see what I'm doing. The summer breeze. I ain't got no lighter. Dang. Apologetic. Hold on. Do this. Dun, 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 dun. And dun, 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 dun. All right. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. See how this works. Let's see. Okay. They say they would. Oh shit! They say you wanna fuck. Woo, 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 woo. They say they wanna fuck. Whoopee. You wanna fuck, but not me. Hold on, man. You want them with the B, huh? Who the family? Just in like the omen. Just talking about this is for our homies. Alright, you. Yeah. Alright. See. Alright. Who won it? Who won it? These ain't running. Took it up, man. Last mother getting tossed out. Ain't running. Okay, man, what are y'all doing, man? So, check this out.
level of stupidity is incredible. You play a song. On death row, whoever's on death row.
I wanna see my just get rich. We always got dog pound.
Gene Deal, welcome back, my guy. Been a while, man.
It has been, but I'm here, and I figured that after this 50 documentary, you're giving me a call. Told you I ain't turning down nothing but my collar when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I had to bring you back. This documentary got everyone talking, man. A lot of people want to know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost, I thought I was going to be in the documentary at first until I started talking to that director. I think her name is Stapleton. I don't know her name. Is it the right here? I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me and everything. So this one night, 50 called me up and, they got him on the phone. Me and him was just talking. We was talking about old time shit, sit down with Black Hands, sit down with Puff Kids, the whole Puff situation, and this documentary that he's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I told him that I was going to, have Kirk and Tim. Kirk will be the one who talk about the business part of it. Tim will be the one who talk about the growing up phase with Diddy and everything and over there working in the record industry with him and stuff like that. They was like family. And I was gonna talk about, the street stuff, what was going on with Bad Boy, with the security, with Wolf, with the city college, with the time that I knew about when I was with him up until about early 2004 or something like that. But basically the streets and then the traveling with him and the atmosphere and everything, and then go back into the Notorious Big stuff with the Tupac and the whole 9 yards, all the stuff that I knew. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking, and he sounded like, yo, listen here, they gonna spare no expense with this whole documentary. So I said, all right, cool. So what I did was I spoke to Tim and I spoke to Kirk Burrows. And I was like, yo, because I had Tim number.
Gene Deal, welcome back, my guy.
curious to see if it's as good as everyone says. First, it does explode out of the packaging, which was really fun to set.
Diddy is just a working class stiff while he's at Fort Dix. Video of him at Fort Dix. He is making different movies and books for his fellow inmates.
I'm really fascinated just by the library
But
itself.
you're seeing him here. This is him reporting work, taking off his jacket, taking off his scarf, and settling in for a day on the job.
It looks like a public school library.
Yeah.
It's
This was the chapel, and this is the media library in the chapel, which is where Diddy's currently working. He's working in a Life Connections program, which is an 18-month program that helps rehab people and get them closer to spirituality, to charity groups, and with that, it will shorten his sentence. But in this media library, he helps inmates with religious material, rent out movies, that kind of stuff. You see him pushing a
It's
cart
really interesting.
with a TV
He
on.
was in the laundry room when he first got there.
Yeah,
This got to be his first. This got to be a promotion.
Yeah.
It feels like a promotion. It feels like maybe he tried the lunchroom and put in a request for something different.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
It does sound like he used maybe possibly some connections to get a better job.
So here's my question. I mean, that's the story.
Yeah.
My question is this. So Diddy had a certain persona before he got in all this trouble. And now he looks very different, very much older.
Yes.
When he gets out.
Does he?
Yes.
Does he join Hair Club for Men?
No, the Just for Men Club.
Just
He
for
still
Men?
has hair.
I don't know what it's called. I mean, you tell me. What? I'm sorry.
I mean, every
Just
other
for Men
photo,
Club.
this is the first we've seen him without that hat on, and the first we've seen actual footage of his hair. So I feel like he's not proud of it. He wears that hat a lot. So I
No,
feel
we
like
saw him
Also,
without
it's
it.
cold.
We saw him.
Ding, ding, ding. Somebody said Diddy walking around looking like Grady from Sanford, son. That's fucked up.
Were involved somewhat with Diddy because you were a bodyguard to somebody that went to some of his parties, correct?
Yes, sir. That's exactly how it happened.
And were you at a lot of these freak-offs, I guess we got to call them?
So here's the thing. I only been to 3 of his events. Now, when the first part of the event is a normal socializing mixer, upscale, the who's who is there, it's normal. But when you see the guy come out with the black suit and he's collecting everyone's cell phone and then inviting them to another party, which I say it's layers to it. They're inviting you to another part of the party where everybody cannot go. You see, so then that's when discrepancies start to take place because, my business is predicated on protecting women mostly because, you know how dudes are with a lot of money, like, they can straddle the fence. So once ladies in the industry know, like, oh, he's got integrity, he can't be bald, stuff like that, you get booked a lot. So one instance, I was with a lady, she on the cover of the Gucci magazine, beautiful lady, a real runway model, and often they get to eat it all. And when they do eat, like they'll get like the nutrients out of it. They'll chew a grape, but they won't swallow the grape.
They're trying to maintain their figure. Yeah.
So, one glass of wine to that person, she's gonna get drunk fast.
Right.
So, my job, you got to monitor those things. And a situation took place where it was a couple of us, and it's 4 of us total, 3 ladies, the principal and her 2 buddies. They sipped something and they started getting sick.
And this was the woman you were protecting. You were her security. Yes.
Yeah. So, my antennas go up. It led to a confrontation because I noticed that certain people knew what was going on. And a guy told me to relax, it's normal. No, this is not normal. Y'all don't know who y'all got here today. And, it led to a conversation.
I recently purchased the most popular glucose meter online and decided to test.
The victim that night at the nightclub shooting, Natania Rubin, has always said it was Sean Combs who shot her.
Mm-hmm.
You have always said you were innocent.
Yes.
You have never said Sean Combs fired the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, I didn't see him fire the gun, and I'm not going to lie. Certainly, even if I don't believe in getting my friends in trouble, but at this point, I'm not going to make up anything to sensationalize my narrative because I don't feel I need to do that. If Diddy was not in, if Diddy was not incarcerated right now, my story would still be incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Right? The entire intent of the documentary was to celebrate life. And the problem I think some of us as human beings have is we want sunshine without rain. We don't appreciate the perfection of balance, right? You see, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's balance, and that's what we need in our lives. And so the complexity of evolution is going through all these different spots and then getting to the point where I'm at right now where I don't hate anyone. I don't blame anyone. No, I don't feel any joy. You know, I go to Brooklyn every day to use the mikveh. And I don't feel happy like, oh, you know, Diddy's in federal custody. You know, yeah. I prefer God to make me a multi-billionaire and grow the GDP. Grow the GDP of Belize to 100 billion and allow me to do amazing things for the people in Belize as the next prime minister. That's my karma. That's what I pray to God for. Someone's failure could never, ever, ever make me succeed. Yeah.
Sean Combs has always maintained his innocence in the nightclub shooting. We reached out to Sean Combs' lawyer for a statement, did not hear back, but you did hear from him. He called you in the documentary. At some point, you say, after the lawsuits were filed, he reached out to you to, and I'm paraphrasing here, make sure you were on the same page.
Yeah.
What did that mean?
Well, just back to the BET Awards. That was a legacy moment. And I'm a professional. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to do it. But he said, listen, this is about Belize, you know. Imagine this platform, the stage, it was about Belize, it was about the legacy of hip hop. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to tear down hip hop and its contributions to this planet. So everybody makes mistakes. The justice system is going to determine who is innocent and who is guilty, and may the victims get justice. And if people are innocent, may they get justice. So I can't live my life in a hindsight of, well, had I known the things that were happening around this individual, because I was incarcerated for 10 years. And if justice. So I can't live my life in a hindsight of, well, had I known the things that were happening around this individual, because I was incarcerated for 10 years. Then I was deported for another 13 years. So I had nothing to do with Sean Combs' life other than what he did to me, which is when I said he destroyed my life. So, of course, going to one of the biggest award show, and the only term of agreement was that it had to be about Belize. And as you saw, that flag, listen, there are people in Belize that hate me because of politics. And they said, man, you know what? For that moment, we loved you. So that was very important. Now, as far as when Diddy got, I don't even think it was an indictment. It was when the video came out. When the video came out
of the abuse
with Cassie and me about him, you know, they try to make it seem as if like I had this fairy tale brotherhood and he was there for me, and I keep having to put it into context without spitting on someone's grave that, this is the person that destroyed my life. You hear my mom, she probably start crying when she comes on this couch because when people ask, do you think that he did those things? Well, I know what he did to my family. And so the potential is there. As I said, he was just such a master of PR that he is so loud that people never hear the victims. So when the victim in this case, when it was clear what happened, I have a responsibility to Belize. I have a responsibility to my daughter. I have a responsibility to all the women in my life and all of the men as well, and people that look up to me to condemn things that are not acceptable. And even if you're my brother, I have to tell you when you're wrong. Even if we're friends, I have to tell you when you're wrong. And so when he called me, and then also at this time, the little Rod suit came out where he was allegedly bragging that, he shot up the club and he made me take the fall, which, again, I didn't see him shooting, but it's not unbelievable, right? I was focused on trying to defend myself. So when that happened, that triggered me. So I moved on and I healed. But when you hear someone, high or on drugs or whatever state of mind they were in to be bragging about shooting up a club and having someone else take the fall, I know that to be true partially. I didn't see him shooting, but I know he made me take the fall. I know that he called witnesses to testify against me. We sat here and I said, please don't call that witness. That witness is going to destroy me and the witness is lying. So I had to tell that truth when the media in Belize asked me about it. This is one of the first interviews I'm doing outside of Belize. And as the opposition leader of Belize, I have to be transparent. I have to be accessible to the media. And there's always this one sensationalist journalist, his name is Joseph Vasquez. He hates all politicians and asks the worst questions. So while I'm talking about the state of the nation, he'll ask me about Diddy.
So this is why you had to.
So that's why you see those sound bites, because I don't care to talk about him. I care about public policy, public administration, healthcare, citizen security, education.
So let me ask you.
But in that call, I had to tell him, I said, listen, when you know that we haven't been all good. You know that there was a point where I hated you and I thought that you were the devil. But, we moved on and I healed and I embraced you in the name of Belize, in the name of healing. But when I hear this gentleman saying that you're bragging about shooting up the club and having me take the fall, and then people get arrested based on the testimony that this gentleman gave in his litigation, it triggered.
Yeah. I knew it had to. Yeah. You've moved on. You're in this high place. You've got a beautiful daughter, a family, your mother. And then this lawsuit comes out and you hear that this person allegedly was bragging. It would trigger anyone. Yeah. But what is remarkable about you is that even in that moment, you have reset.
Wow.
Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up their food's flavor. Why would you throw that?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork.
Why would you throw that?
And accepting what you learned and move forward. We can't do over. I haven't spoken to anybody for 5 years. It's ruined my life. It's ruined my relationship, but a lot of everything. All my 5 charities have gone down. I had a lot of work. I had a lot of people I was trying to help. I had a lot of things I was doing, and I've been locked out of it. I don't want this to be the trigger to turn everything around again. At some point.
From New York to the world.
It's called On the Record.
On the Record. Now, Drew Dixon, before we get going, is this the same documentary that was supposed to be supported by Oprah Winfrey?
Mark Pitts. You know, I don't think I knew Puff then, like he was around, but you know, hip hop was like bubbling. Like, you know, I threw parties. I threw these Wednesday night parties called Nights with Flavor.
Nights with Flavor.
Nights with Flavor. And that's when I really was like, wait, like hip hop is more than just like music that I love. It's a movement and it's an industry, and I want to be a part of that. And that's when I just decided I had to figure out how to do it. And I found out about A&R, and I was like, that's the lane for me, because I was always the person who was like picking the new stuff, you know, and I was like, okay, how do you do that? And that was how it all started.
That's so dope. I remember, because in the documentary, you talk about your parents being politicians and you being a part of that campaign and being in control of some of the acts.
The music's at the inaugural ball.
Yeah, talk about that.
So I got to play on like the youth stage for the inaugural ball. And I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna pick my favorite artist. We tried to get Tribe, but I think they didn't come because
be supported by Oprah Winfrey.
Yes, it's the same one.
And can you clear up why Oprah Winfrey pulled out of supporting this documentary?
Wow, you would have to ask Ms. Winfrey that. I never really understood what happened. All I know is that in about a year ago, actually, so this time I was told she'd seen a Rough Cut and she loved it and she wanted to join.
Phenomenal interview for you. Are you buckled up? You gotta buckle up. Michael A. Wood Jr., former Marine, and in this particular case, more relevantly, former Baltimore Police Department officer, and a guy who's been speaking out about the culture of policing in this country and has some really interesting things to say. What's it called? It's right next to me. How you doing, Michael? Good to have you here, man. Okay, man, you caught everybody's attention. So let's do a couple of things. At some point, I'm going to flip back and start with who you are, where you grew up, and how you're a cop, etc. But first, let's tell the good people at home what's brought you into this spotlight, right? So you started tweeting about your time as a Baltimore police officer, and you said some pretty interesting things where people were like, whoa. So you were talking about the culture of policing, and I've been talking about the culture of policing on the show quite a bit, and I get a lot of heat for it, where I say, hey, look, I think that they're trained too quick to shoot, right? And I think that we got to bring it down a little bit. I talk about how I'm not sure that they feel that they're part of the community. It feels more like an occupying force. And then you said things that were incredibly similar. So in this case, you have far more credibility than I do as a guy who was a cop in Baltimore. In fact, you used to patrol the area where Freddie Gray was picked up. So tell me about your experience as a cop.
Well, the only person that was surprised by what I said was everybody that doesn't live in the hood. Mm-hmm. Everybody that lives in the hood just went, oh, look, a cop admitted it. But everyone else said, oh my gosh, that really happens? Of course it happens. Did you think the black community was lying for the last 100 years? Is that what we really thought? We thought they were lying?
Yeah, I didn't, but I'm
positive. Right. I mean, as a community, that's what we thought. We thought they were lying. They're not lying. There's nothing else I can say about that. They're not lying. So when I was in, you're in that culture. So it's not that there's a racist cop. It's not that there's like this mass organization, like we have this conspiracy. It's that you go into this culture that has these racist roots that you don't think about. It's just what policing has become. And so you do it. A suspect gets kicked in the face. Somebody makes up a little bit on a PC statement. All this stuff is just what police do. So when you were a good guy joining the good guys, you thought that's what good guys do. So you go into it, and it just takes you acclimatize to the culture, and then eventually I got to the point where I was like, wait, this isn't making sense.
So one particular thing, there's a million parts to that. I want to discuss all of them in terms of seeing the community as the enemy, etc. But there was one dark where you talk about a group of cops called the knockers who come in and urinate and defecate in people's homes. So I think that was jarring for a lot of people. What is that?
But that was a one-off incident that I saw.
Okay.
But I was a knocker at the time. So knockers in Baltimore are the plainclothes officers that you see running around, jacking people up on corners, doing all the drug rips. They're just called knockers to the people there. And we had been serving a raid with other units. So you kind of work around the city. The city's too big that you don't know everybody. And we did one raid where we were assisting, and somebody did that in the other room. And it was like, wait, did that just really happen? Like,
and okay, so why?
So the story that I got was that some unit had done it before, and it was like, remember when that unit did that? But they do it, and we do things like you tear the house apart, you break things, you do things like that because those are thems. You don't care what you do to them. They're somebody else. They're the enemy. So if it was in Afghanistan and you were throwing things around, you just wouldn't care because they're the enemy. So it's the same thing. It's just callousness.
And is it gratuitous? I mean, obviously, it's defecation on was it their clothes, their bed, something along those lines?
It was in the corner. I think one was a plant. I don't remember where the other one went, but I thought that they were going to get caught, and I figured, why are they doing that? They're going to get caught.
They never got caught, right?
They never got caught.
Nobody ever turned them in, right?
No, the people I was with were like, I guess they're just going to tell them the canine did it. That makes sense. No one's going to test it. So if you say the canine dog did it,
right,
then that makes perfectly logical sense.
If you had turned them in, would you have been taken enormous heat from the rest of the cops?
You know what happened to Joe Crystal. You know what happened to me.
Yeah.
Not that I thought of it. I didn't think to do it. Like, saying was not something that was even on the, like, what am I going to do? A, B, or C was E or F or something. It wasn't even on the list. I had A, B, and C. That's it.
Right. And Joe Crystal, for those of you who don't know, is a great cop out of Baltimore who did turn people in. He was a good cop that people talk about. And of course, he got ridden out of town. I mean,
was his first sergeant.
You were his first sergeant? Really?
When he was a trainee.
Oh, wow. That's super interesting. And how was your relationship with him?
To be honest, he was a trainee. I didn't care about him. He was a low guy. I was making sure he was getting taken care of and was with a good officer. But that was kind of my extent. He was just to do it. I owed him, honestly.
Right. Okay. That's funny. So, but, and did you see Joe getting, mistreated by the others once he turned in the
later on, after he got the reputation? I mean, everybody knew about it. To be completely honest, I really hated his sergeant. I did not like him at all. I had tons of runs in with that guy. So whatever Joey said was completely plausible to me. That supervisor was a bad supervisor. So anything that happened under his watch wasn't going to surprise me.
Well, that's interesting. But nobody was going to turn on that supervisor. They were going to turn on Joe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and I did a whole story about that. You should check that out if you haven't seen it on YouTube. Just type in Joe Crystal. He's an amazing guy, and just now he can't even get a job in other police stations. I mean,
he had to go to essentially, not to insult that, but it's a step down.
Yeah, and he's in just this really small local community. And when he applies for jobs in Nevada, they say, "Oh, we did a background check on you." No, even though his test scores are great, etc. So I assume you're not getting back into policing.
I had no intentions of it.
After what you've confessed to or admitted to it as to what cops are actually doing, you got to be right next to Joe on that list.
Well, I've been talking for years, actually. It's just no one listened. I had talked a little bit when I was in the agency. Nobody listened. And I had completely switched. My master's is in management. My PhD that I'm going for is in management. I was figuring I was just going another path and leaving that behind. And so I like to talk about it once in a while to local media and stuff. We would talk about it.
And then this happened, right? And the Washington Post ran the story. A lot of people have run the story. You were just on Joe Rogan's podcast. Everybody should check that out too. So now I want to get back into the heart of the matter in a minute. because I think that the culture is the most important part, right? But before I do that, I want to rewind a little bit. Where did you grow up, and what made you decide to get into policing in the first place?
So I grew up in the suburbs around Baltimore. I never actually was in Baltimore growing up. I always was going to be a cop. I figured that was my path. I was a little wild, so I went into the Marine Corps to get a little discipline before I went to the police department.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I came out of the Marine Corps, I went straight into the police department.
Mm-hmm.
That was always my path. That's what I was going to do.
So you didn't think about going to college at that time?
Nope, I did college while I was in my undergrad while I was working.
Oh, okay, I got you. And and did you like being a Marine?
I love being a Marine. Marine was great. I don't know why anybody has a problem with boot camp or anything else. It was wonderful.
That's interesting, right? Because no, I think that sometimes people think, well, the guys who tell the truth about what happens in police forces, well, they never fit in the first place. So that's why I'm partly asking these questions. And I get the sense that, no, you didn't mind that kind of aura of the Marines, cops, like that's what you grew up in. Initially, you had no issues with that, right?
Yeah, I voted Republican.
I heard we were talking before the show. I hear you now listen to the Young Turks.
I love the Young Turks.
Oh, hey, all right. So we're not voting Republican anymore?
Nope.
All right. God bless. He's a member, actually. He's my boss. I'm interviewing my boss here. Michael, you get into the police force, and I assume that for a long time, how long did you go before you even began to question what was happening?
At least 5 years, if not 6.
Uh-huh.
The big irony, maybe everybody uses that word wrong, so maybe it's just coincidence.
Uh-huh.
But, I went into narcotics. And usually when you go into narcotics, you kind of dive deeper down that hole.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually did the opposite for me. It was so deep that I knew it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started to climb out.
Okay, so before I get into the whole of narcotics, tell me all the different positions you were in the police department.
Sure. So I did the academy.
Mm-hmm.
After the academy, I went to Gilmore Homes, which is where Freddie Gray was arrested. I walked foot there.
Mm-hmm.
So just me and another guy that had no idea what he was doing either. We walked around the hood. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I went to the Southern District in an area called Pigtown and an area called Cherry Hill.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's only a few blocks south of Gilmore Homes. Same kind of environment. Was always trying to go to the Northern District because I lived in PA. Finally got my transfer to the Northern District. And when I got to the Northern District, I went to this place called Mount Washington, if you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, where am I? This is Baltimore. Like, I'm driving down Cross Country Boulevard, and there's a stream next to me. I'm like, wow, there's like citizens out mowing the lawn. And so I'm like, well, these are the same people as me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna mess with these people. So I had to get stats. You have to get your arrest. You have to get everything that you're going to bring back to show you did something. So I can't arrest the judge's son that's walking around there. I'm not going to jack him up and search him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would go to the Park Heights into the black neighborhood, and I would get my arrest there so that I can make my supervisors happy, because we all knew I wasn't going to arrest anybody in Mount Washington.
Wow. God damn, that's interesting. That part of the story I hadn't heard before, right? So, and for those of you unfamiliar with how Baltimore works, perfectly lovely.
Yeah,
right?
and
areas of the city.
And areas of the city, right? And so, but there are certain parts of the...
This nigga asshole police talking about what he did. Trying to clear himself before he get caught up with some shit. Oh, asshole. That's fucked up. Talking about what he did. I did this because fuck out of here. You did that because what? That made you free from what you do. What you do, you don't know. Yeah, right. You know what you doing, bro. Yeah.
Where, I've always made fun of Baltimore, right? Now I feel bad about making fun of Baltimore because I lived there for 6 months and I lived in DC for 3 years and my friends lived in Baltimore, so we used to go in and out all the time. And I was making fun of the hood part. Although I got to be honest with you, I was legitimately scared. Like, there's only two places I've ever been scared: North Philly and Baltimore, right? And so it's when people look at you super aggressively and keep looking at you, where you're like, okay, I got to walk a tiny bit faster here because I'm as I hope I think I am as open-minded as you can be. On the other hand, I'm not naive, right? Like, so there are some situations that are dangerous, right? But that's not the part I used to make fun of. I feel like in Baltimore, there's mutants. And then we were driving by a hospital one day, and there was like a dude with 2 heads or something and 3 arms. And it turns out that there actually was a hospital with genetic defects. And they would check. I was like, no, I can't believe it. There are mutants in Baltimore, right? Baltimore is a fascinating, fascinating place. Anyway, so by the way, I'm not a bad guy. I only made fun of people with genetic disorders. So anyway, but so when you're in the white areas, like everybody knew. It wasn't like Michael A. Wood Jr. decided, oh no, I'm not arresting any white people. Like the cops in that area, you know that, oh shoot, I might run into a judge's kid, so I'm gonna get in trouble if I knock on the wrong door. Or did you even think, like, did all the cops there assume, like, it's not even an issue? Of course we're not gonna go and, you know, if there's a guy standing on a street corner in the city, you're not gonna go stop and frisk him, right? You would never do that. Isn't that amazing, right? So then you just go to the black because you got to get some sort of arrest.
I get my numbers.
Ah, God damn it. I mean, so what you said in the beginning is just rings even louder, right? Which is that it's just part of the assumption that this is what you do. This is, you go at and it's institutional racism to its core, right? Okay, so now, when you're in narcotics, what was your epiphany where you were like, whoa, wait a minute, what are we doing here?
Sure. So after the Northern District is when I went to the enforcement level of narcotics. So the enforcement level goes out and does street rips, kind of does whatever people want you to do to get people off the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the emotional and when I would watch the drug dealers. So I would watch them, I would sit in covert, and I would hide in vans or in buildings. I would sit there for like 13, 14 hours a day because I had to get up before they opened and I couldn't leave until they left.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're sitting there, you're watching everything he does, not just seeing him at his worst. So your whole time that you're a cop, you see everybody at their worst.
Mm-hmm.
And when like one time, I saw him run back because get all excited because a car was coming. And I'm thinking, oh, here's the re-up. This is going to be big. He runs down and he gets his baby out of the car. And he kind of like before he did that, he told everybody else to go away. So he gets his baby out of the car and he takes him to the house and makes sure everything is good. And then he comes back out. It's just the wrong person. You know, like he's doing this to make money, but he's not another. He's just one of us doing something different. I would smell the city. I would hear the conversations, you know, as people cooked, and if people are next to me, they don't know I'm there, but I hear them. I hear their conversations, and I hear they're talking about it. It's like I was there unseen, but I was in their community, whether they knew it or not. It just felt wrong. I felt like I should go and like say hi instead of running over and locking people up. It's weird. And I had a particular guy who was younger, and he was selling marijuana, which we all know isn't going to hurt anybody. And he would go out, he was young, had a kid, and he would sell weed to make some money. And then we would lock him up. But then he had the record, and he would go out there and try to make some money for his kid because he needed diapers. And when we'd be locking him up again, and I'd interview him, and he would cry, and he would tell me his stories. And I was like, what the heck are we doing? What are we doing? This isn't right. This isn't service. This isn't protecting. I am an active participant in tearing this kid's life down because somebody made a stupid law that doesn't make any sense.
Right. You know, I've had this experience a couple times in my life. You know, even talking to Jesus, who's our director, longtime director, he grew up in East LA. And he said, look, in our context, the dude who got a job with the electric company climbed up on the poles and made a little bit more money than the other guys at the electric company. And the electric company was a really good job. That was the top of the line. So in that context, nobody thought about going to Harvard or getting their PhD or whatever, right? We just thought, man, wouldn't it be amazing if you could be the guy climbing up on the pole at the electric company, right? And I know when I was doing Big Brother program up at Columbia, when I was going to law school, and it's not the best part of town there either in New York, you know, Washington Heights and stuff. And I realized, look, a lot of the kids told me people sell drugs because what else are they going to do? They literally didn't know any other options. It's not like somebody sat them down and said, okay, if you get really good grades, you could become a doctor or an accountant, and it's not like there was a ton of educational opportunity. There was this, and they just they had all the choices in the world, and they decided, oh no, I'm going to be a bad guy and I'm going to sell drugs. And they're like, how else would I make money? Once you get that perspective, you get it. How many of the cops that you work with and you think overall, based on your experience, understand that?
I think a significant portion that grow up in the environment understand it, but they seem to still hold that I think it comes from the institution, that whole pick yourself by the bootstraps thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not seeing that these kids don't have bootstraps. So especially in where the jail is in East Baltimore, you have Perkins Homes next to it, and look up. It's the wall of the jail is a block away from that neighborhood. Incess is a dealer. He has a car, he has a girlfriend, probably the best looking girl in the area. He goes out and he does things, and he has respect in the neighborhood. And if his dad got into the prison cycle, then he's actually, his family members in some of these neighborhoods, in Freddie Gray's neighborhood, it was like 30% of the males or something were in looking at the jail. It's like they can see their future, and that's all there is. Project jail, and you just cycle.
Right. And so how much did to go back to the core issue here as it relates to this, how much did the cops see not just the drug dealers, but the entire community as the enemy? Always.
So you are separated. So one of the realizers I came to think of is we even had this ingredient in our symbolatry. So you think of the blue line, thin blue line thing. Mm-hmm. So you had the thin blue line, the black above and the black below. The black above or below, whatever, one of those blacks stands for the bad guys. One of those stands for the good guys. When you're in blue, you're neither. You're not a part of either one of those communities. There's something entirely different. And everybody is a them. That's why when they do something hideous, like what they did to Tamir Rice, they group around and they still say we didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm. So I read what you wrote about Tamir Rice, but obviously I want everybody else to know. I know why I was so angered by that, because they shot the 12-year-old kid in literally 2 seconds. What do you think went wrong there? What should they have done instead?
Everything went wrong there. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't approach a suspected armed person like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't shoot like that before you identify something. Everything was wrong. Everything. So if you were to handle that properly, you would you park a block or two away. You approach on foot, keeping cover and concealment, so you could get closer, maybe to a point where you could yell at him. Maybe even observe him for a second without him seeing you. And when he pulls out the gun, he goes tink tink tink. Oh, it's a damn BB gun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey kid, put the BB gun down. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they drive up there, slam on the brakes like it's Dukes of Hazzard or something, jump out of the car, and I mean, he had to be pulling the slack out of that trigger before he was out of the car to shoot somebody that fast. When the kid doesn't even have the gun in his hand, he's only lifting up as a 12-year-old boy. And then what does he do afterwards? He sits there like he hit a deer. As to me,
what do you think about the training? Do you think taught everything's a possible, threat to you? Don't take any risks with your life. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Sure. So you may have even heard it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Common saying.
Yeah.
So shoot first. Take no risk. Because you can just, at least if you shoot somebody wrong, at least you're just go and be tried instead of having something happen to you. So you're immediately on the offensive. I don't